The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. And Odie, it just really feels like you hadn't left.
I know it. We were just here. We told y'all 23 hours we'd be back, but it seems like it wasn't but 3. And here we are.
Yes, we are.
And it's Friday.
Aren't you glad?
Man, this
Now,
week just right on by.
Let's first talk about weather and what's coming up tonight. Let me show you what the National Weather Service is telling us at this point. Now, again, this is a level 1. Don't anybody be too scared of this, but always have concerns when we look at this. This is what the National Weather Service tells us here. 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. would be the worst here for the Meridian area, including Philadelphia and all areas east of there. What that means is we're going to have some heavy rain. Our biggest threat, I think, Odie, is going to be wind and hail. That's
going to be really our biggest thing that we got to deal with. Our ground's already saturated. We're going to have some more rain on top of it, and then we're going to have winds. So that's what we're concerned mainly about is the wind with the saturated ground.
Now, as we look at radar this morning, we're showing all this heavy down here in Lafayette, and we get up here to the Mississippi Delta. And this is that area that's going to get the stuff through about 10 o'clock up here. East side of the state, we're good. Now, as we turn this on, let's go and look at some severe weather today of what we've got laid out. And as you'll see, it's just a level 1 in this region here from Tupelo south, the entire state, and just barely taking in Mobile. Now, with any storm, the National Weather Service tells us not to get too cocky because it could be a tornado. You can't rule it out.
That's right.
It's Mother Nature.
Yep. So always be prepared for that, and because we never know when they're going to spring up.
Yeah, so we'll be watching it very closely there, the weather and behind the scenes. And should something turn, we will let you know quickly there. Let's see here. What else is going on this morning here?
I do want to give I met somebody yesterday. I was at the store.
Amy know about this first.
Yes. Okay. Well, I don't know if I told her or not. But come walking out, and I saw a couple of ladies, and I said, hey, how are y'all? She said, I see you on TV. And I said, well, yes, ma'am. And so we talked for a minute, and I said, I appreciate you watching us and all that. And I said, I see you got you some plants. So you're going to go and plant? And she said, yeah, I'm going to go do some planting garden and have fun. And my daughter, she's not real happy with me going to plant stuff and piddle.
I don't blame her.
I said, why is that? She said, because I'm 97 years old and I don't need to be out here planting. And I'm thinking to myself, here I am, not wanting to go outside and do a whole lot of planting. And this was with the nicest lady, 97 years old.
And she's still gardening.
And she got her some fertilizer and some plants, and she was going to piddle around in the dirt and enjoy herself. And I just want to say good morning. It was awesome to meet you yesterday. Appreciate you watching, and glad you're getting you some plants to enjoy it.
The secret to life may be held right there.
That's exactly.
It's staying active and enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Well, we had a major catastrophe is what we're going to call this in the overnight hours. What am I talking about? A major fire alarm went off at about 12:15 a.m. And here they come, boogie there, boogie there. The Meridian Fire Department, all the trucks arrived, and here's what we've got and what we know at this point. This is Budweiser. They have serious damage on 49th Avenue. This is just past the Lauderdale County Co-op. Over the railroad tracks is where they're located, and as you'll see, boy, that's some flames coming out of the building. Major damage. Now, Odie, you've gotten an update, and here's a look at the fire trucks on the scene, Metro staged in case anybody were to be hurt there. Now, what is the latest that we know on this?
So we know A shift, engines 1, 3, 4, 5, and 8 all showed up. So this was a 5-alarm fire. Joey Hand, the battalion chief for that group, wonderful. The entire shift, both A and B shift, Meridian is blessed with the firefighters they have. So big kudos go out to every one of those. But all 5 engines that showed up, Joey Hand is BC. They were able to get this fire under control, get it out, and it could have been a lot worse than what it was. It was an area that did not affect daily operations. So from the way I understand it, they're going to continue to be in operation. They've got a lot of work to do. to get everything completely fixed, but they went in and Meridian saved that business, and they will continue to operate. And so big kudos go out to everybody on A shift with Meridian Fire Department. What an awesome job you guys do for this city.
The first report that I got, this probably started around behind the building near the dumpsters is what I'm being told. So, and again, for the fire department to get there in time, and then I think there was even a train blocking the railroad tracks on this side. And so they had a lot of obstacles to get by to handle that, and they did that. So kudos. And
we've got a jam out investigation crew. And I know Keith and Vince and all those, they're are on top of it now, and will continue through this entire thing till they find out exactly what happened.
Now, as we cover things that happen in the area, let's go to one of the places that gunshots were fired last night. We did have a little bit. As we pull this up, we take a look right here. Robust Drive, we had gunfire reported. This is near Highland Park. Again, this would be, the way we would word this would, let me put it as a disturbance to begin with. A lot of times I know sometimes more than what I can write, because if there's no charge, there's no charge.
Right.
But let me just say that had I been involved in this would have been mild to what I would have done. One shot was fired, one person was detained. I would have been beyond, I'd probably been on my own newscast.
Well, yeah.
Scotty Ray in trouble. I'll leave it at that. And
and I think that's what it's going to have to come down to.
So no one hurt during this altercation of a shot being fired in that area there. I just thinking about y'all. If you're watching from that area, I sympathize with you over that, and I'll leave it at that. Now, we did have tons of other gunfire last night. Let's not leave out our playful folks that like to ride around and roll down windows and hang their guns that they just purchased out the window. Or maybe they inherited them from somebody, or maybe they borrowed them from someone.
However they got them, and it doesn't matter what a gun law is,
they're gonna still have it.
They're gonna have a gun, except the ones who really need it as a law-abiding citizen.
That's right. 71st place is where we start out. Shots were heard. Again, no one injured. We would go to our next one. North Hill Street. We had a little action last night. This would be right along in the 6,000 block there. Meridian Police Department went. No one hurt, no one injured. As well, 22nd Street. We'd see more of this. This is a real common area that we're seeing that gunfire reported in those areas. And our notable last mention would be here on 26th Avenue around 11th Street. And again, all these, not a soul was hurt. No one got anything damaged, but we thought you ought to know this morning.
Yeah, keep up with what's going on where. And I tell you, there was one place that didn't have anything happen last night.
Where was that at?
And that was downtown for Third Thursday, where they had the golf ball drop.
Yeah, we got pictures of that coming up. We're going to tell you all about that.
First time I've seen one of them.
A golf ball drop right here in Meridian, Mississippi.
It was pretty neat.
I know you're thinking it's like a chicken drop. Well, it is sort of, kind of. We'll tell you about all that. We got a special guest. Look at this. This is coming up right here from the Meridian area, Pine Lake.
Right here in our own backyard.
Yeah, fellowship. We're going to cover that next. So y'all don't rush off. We'll find out something interesting, how you can help kids and what's going on right here. We'll be right back. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigerator. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the back porch.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Drop in and say hello to Will today. I think everything's going well with him.
Yeah, he's doing good.
What you got there? I thought you had something to say. You had that look like, I got to tell it. Is it
Some things you just can't say
I get
on
that.
TV, but just some thoughts going through.
I know what's going through your head, as I told you. I have those same thoughts, and I think most Americans would too if you could see inside our minds. We're talking in code, but we have to.
Did you see where, what's his name, shot his rocket off yesterday?
Elon
Musk.
How far did it go this time?
It went way on up there. It did blow up. And if you see the headlines, it says Elon Musk rocket blows up after takeoff. And it did, but
He made
it
a
was
few
a
more
practice.
Oh, okay.
It was a test. First time anything like this has ever happened. So they kind of expected something. But it was, for them, they said that it was a win-win situation because they got all the data they needed. They know exactly what happened. Everything was good. They said this was not a disappointment.
Well, that's even better.
So, hey, all that headline news with Musk,
They want him to fail, I think, is what you're getting at.
We're going to have to get him a seal of approval.
There he is back there.
Yeah, he can't have that one.
No.
We can get him one.
That's Mr. Approval back there.
That's right.
As we said, we had a special guest coming in this morning, and Matt joins us. And Odie, you were telling me that you went to this camp as a kid. Matt, how in the world are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing this morning?
Man, great.
So glad to have you here. Now, summer camp. What happens at camp when you go?
Yeah, summer camp is our primary ministry program that we have at Pine Lake Fellowship Camp. And we have two different programs that we've started. We've been doing overnight camps since 1966, every year except for 2020.
Yeah.
For good reason. And just in the last 3 years, we started adding a day camp program. So for kids to come just for the day, Monday through Friday programs. So we've got overnight and day camp options for youth ages 6 to 17.
Did you play any fun games like they did on the Addams Family summer camp thing?
I'm not familiar with
Is that like the knife?
the Addams Family. I have watched a little bit of it on Nick at Night back in the day, but I wasn't.
They made a remake of it. They sent the kids
Okay.
to summer camp, and Wednesday was bad.
Yeah. Well, we don't have any bad days or anything like that, but we do a lot of fun activities with kids.
Well, I see canoeing and a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
What is this, bow and arrows?
Yeah, so we have archery range. We have a zip line that we go on.
Oh, wow.
Low ropes course for team building and challenge, teamwork, camaraderie building between your cabins. So our goal kind of for a cabin of kids, and if your kid's in a cabin, they're going to be a part of 6 to 8 to 10 kids their age in that same group. And by the end of the week, we want them, by the middle of the week, we want them to be like family, to grow together.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this. This is faith-based, isn't it?
Yes, we are a Christian camp.
So this means there's like actual rules here, and you're not going to have any odd things happen. This is what's so good about this.
So we are structured, and like I said, we've been in operation since 1966. So we've been doing something right to last this long. And so camp is a lot about relationships. So growing closer to God, creation, and each other. So those three things. As a dad, I want my kids to have spiritual mentorship. I want them to be in a physically safe place. I also want them to be able to get to know other people, to have that social interaction, and to be an emotionally safe place too. So our counselors are vetted and trained with orientation, everything like that. And so we hire positive role models that are going to invest in youth and to lift them up with encouragement, positive risk-taking.
Right.
And I say positive risk-taking because it's a thing where, hey, if you're going down the zip line for the first time, you might be scared. And it's a challenge by choice thing. We don't force anybody to do that, but we can encourage people to try things and affirm them for taking steps along the way, even lots of great things. So physical challenges, emotional safety, spiritual development, and social interaction.
So as you'll see here, day camp, y'all need a few volunteers. And let me ask this, who can come? Do you have to be a member of anything, or can you come from anywhere?
No, you don't have to be a member. You just have to pay a $60 registration fee with your sign-up, and then there's a balance that's due whenever you come. And a lot of every camp is subsidized. Every camper is subsidized in some way.
Right.
It costs us a lot more to run camp than what we charge. So we operate a lot on donations and the generosity of a lot of people in churches. Yeah, and even some people who, even other families who are experiencing a financial need at that moment can apply for a scholarship for even more discounts as well too. It's at pinelakecamp.com. That's the place to register.
So I tell you are a 501.
We are a 501c3.
So if anybody wants to donate to you, excuse me, I got me a Friday morning frog, I reckon. They can do that and be a tax deduction for them as well.
Absolutely.
To help you carry this ministry on.
100%. Everything, you can access that at pinelakecamp.com, donation page, and again, all the registration, online registration or paper registration.
Volunteers, they can go to that website as well.
Yeah, they can contact us. The best way to get volunteers is to email us info@pinelakecamp.com or call our number 601-483-2267.
Oh, some great pictures here that we were sharing here just as you were talking there. And is this like a tree house? Am I looking at y'all have tree houses and things?
We
like
do
that?
have a tree house. It's about 40 years old. We just put a new standing seam metal roof on it.
And it's still there.
It's still there. A lot of people might remember a gentleman named Howie Sheetle. He worked at MCC Community College and was a local contractor. He built that back in '83.
Wow.
And so it's not connected to as many trees anymore. It's kind of standing on 6x6 posts now.
Right.
Understandably so. But that thing has lasted a long time and is
I was going to ask
awesome
about
thing.
that. I remember that tree house.
Yeah, that's it's a destination. So it's kind of the furthest point away from the main campus, so it's a fun
y'all
hike
need
to get
do
out
a
there.
Video. Odie came to camp.
Man, I tell you what, Vern, we can do that.
Some of those movies are not quite accurate for what happens at camp.
Yeah.
So I can assure you of that. Don't think of those types of things.
Again, we're looking for volunteers. We're looking for donations. And if you would like to sign your child up, how do we go about this? Tell us how to get in touch with you to help out. This is a great cause, Christian-based.
Yes, 601-483-2267. Call us. We'll answer any question. We invite you out for a personal tour. Come out and actually walk around camps and see what it's like. We're all on all of the socials, Facebook, Instagram, and pinelakecamp.com is the place to get all the information to, and contact information if you can't find it out.
Well, this sounds good. We can't thank you enough for coming in and filling us in on all of the events. It's going to be a big one.
I mean, this goes back to when I was in youth group and going and participating, and I know how good that this camp is, and I'm just appreciative that this is still continuing to operate.
So do we call you Matt or we call you Brother Matt? How does that work?
Please call me Matt.
Okay, sometimes you can't. I miss out on this. I want to make sure I said it right.
No titles. I'm Matt Grable. I'm the executive director at Pine Lake, and it's a privilege to serve and see kids learn and grow in their faith and in their development too. Just being growing up into young adults. So doing it for the last 15 years here at Pine Lake. A lot of the kids that were campers became staff down the road, and now they're in other leadership positions in other places in our community. So it really positively affects a child as they grow up too.
Matt,
a place
our
like
good
this.
friend Carl Merchant, he said that his son went there several years ago and loves it, and it's done great.
Great Christian atmosphere, they're saying.
Yeah, thanks, Carl. It was great to meet you and have Matthew come to camp for all those years too.
Appreciate you, and thanks for dropping by and giving us more information. Again, if you'd like to help, there are several ways to do this, and we'll share that information also. We got more coming up of what went on in the area last night as you went to bed and yesterday. Don't rush off anywhere. We'll fill you in as we start this morning.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. I was going down the road yesterday, and not often do you see somebody wearing a cowboy hat and boots standing in a chair, so I had to stop and go see what the commotion was.
Yeah, and you never know where Britt's going to be doing something.
Squealer's Barbecue last night was where the fun was at. John Elmore and Britt came to see him. Boy, did they do a show, I'm told. I didn't get to stay for the show, but it was really shaping up to be a good turnout there at Squealer's, and I hope everybody that went enjoyed themselves with some great country music. That was good.
And wherever Britt and John are singing, and they've got a awesome show.
Yeah. Now you had
Karen, now John's wife, Karen, she can sing now.
I know she was a little under the weather last night, so we did not get a chance to hear Karen. So she didn't make it out last night for that reason. She was just a tad bit under the weather. I checked on the situation before I left there. I said, "Where's she at?" And John said, "Well, she can't make it." Now, as you mentioned a moment ago, let me pull this up. Because if you've never seen this done in Meridian, you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Let's go live to Dumont Plaza. Well, actually, it was live last night.
It was live last night.
But let's show you what's going on here. This is from a bucket truck.
So where those American flags are the holes where these golf balls would land in, and each hole was worth $1,000.
Okay.
So that was $25 a golf ball for you to buy. And if your golf ball landed in that hole, then it was $1,000, unless it was more than one ball in there. So I want to say this is the way it was. Each one of the holes would hold 4 balls. So if all 4 balls went into one hole, I can't even talk this morning, then each person got $250.
Okay.
If only 2 balls went into a hole, it was $500. Or like last night, each hole, there was 2 of the 3 that got 1 ball in it.
This sounds like
got $1,000.
This sounds like Snowman trying to describe what channel, the CD channel they were going to use.
Yeah. Now, if you go to 4, I really mean 2.
Right.
And if I go to 18, we're not going to 18.
How
really
about we just...
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it was done. And then the 3rd hole didn't have a ball that made it in, so they went to the closest ball to the hole. So they gave away $3,000 last night.
Now, where does this money go? Is it to a charity? Do you know? Is it help some fund?
Yes,
or?
it is, and I hope somebody can fill that in. I'm not sure exactly what organization.
I don't even know who sells the tickets. How much are they?
$25 a ball.
And you could win $1,000.
But you could win $1,000.
Okay.
And they do help a lot of the different organizations in town. I wish I knew a little bit more of who it was. But Rotary Club, Charlene said.
Okay, now we know. Good job, y'all.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty neat and a new age twist on chicken drop.
I got several requests here lately about the set of the show that said, well, it's just not manly. Well, if you look behind Odie now, it was pointed out that he sort of looks like Sonic the Hedgehog with the bush growing up behind him.
Looks like a troll.
Said we needed to man up our TV set, so I got with our production set designer, and, well, she's gotten us some new items. I don't know if you noticed them walking up.
I did. I think that's going to be...
Because I had an argument about this. I said, well that
now
doesn't...
you think I got bad troll hair now. Wait until the new set comes up.
But did it look manly to you? I mean, we got a new fan to put somewhere in here, and a globe, I think. But to me, but she said that women would like that better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said manly. Manly means horseshoes and testosterone stuff.
Right. We'll have to come up with something.
Yeah. We'll see what happens over the weekend. Join us for the set on Monday, and we'll get your gauge of, is it manly or unmanly?
Yeah, y'all give us the thumbs up with the thumbs down.
We have to have that every once in a while to be told what's going on. Boy, we had a boo-boo last night. County Road 489 in Newton County, where it hooks up there at Christian Church Road. And you're thinking, well, what is it that you could be talking about? Well, let's go there.
Well,
Yep.
It ain't a chicken.
You know, it was bigger than chicken, and he ain't going to be with us this morning.
And, you know, he probably looked at you like, oh, you think to make me mad.
You did. He was, bless his heart, he's no longer with us.
He's going to be on the table.
No serious injuries involved from the occupants of the car. Didn't work out so well for the bull there. Bad.
I'm glad that wasn't Barry White's cow, because he would have really lost half his herd then. It would.
He ain't done that thing like they do on Andy Griffin and try to put shoes on his cows, has he?
I don't think so.
Okay, we're just checking these things.
Put some cleats on there or something.
We had an accident as we go over to Scott County last night. Someone hit a bridge, hit the guardrail. I don't think it was life-threatening, but boy, can you imagine hitting a bridge rail? As we go here to take a look at this, mile marker 100 is where all this happened. Car had to be towed away. Mississippi Highway Patrol showed up on the scene. I think they were taken to a hospital. They're going to be okay. It's kind of scary when something like that happens.
Oh, yeah. You never know what you're going to show up to.
Now, throughout town yesterday, boy, you just can't hardly go every 2 days without a wreck being on Highway 39 and North Hill Street, can you?
It's been more and more, and especially they're doing some road work.
Yep.
And guys, when we see that road work's going on, we've really got to slow down and pay attention more. They really put your phone down when you're going through a construction zone.
Yeah, and let me, since you brought that up, let's just do this. You ask yourself, how could this happen? Well, it does. Within 5 minutes of construction being yesterday morning, had a big old wreck right there in the parking lot of Wally World.
In a parking lot.
They were paving. As we all know, this was horrible. That road going in between Walmart and Lowe's.
It needed to be done, and everybody wanted it done, and now there's a few of them that wants to complain because they got some of it blocked off.
But it's going to be better in the end. And again, that could continue today. So keep that in mind as you're doing your chores of where you got to go, that you could run into a little bit of a little bump or two there while you're there. Let's see. Also, with a new bridge, there's been construction. And I have to agree with everybody that's made a comment. It will, like, if you got false teeth, you may lose them when you hit that bump because it's bad.
It's tough.
Highway 493 is what we're talking about, right there at Covington's Curve. Is that what you call that?
That's what we've always kind of known it being.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you go there at Lee's Bait and Tackle. All the way into Meridian yesterday was one-lane traffic as they worked on all that. Today could return to that, so just a heads up. I hadn't heard from MDOT on that, but it's a possibility we'll get more of that.
I heard that Collinsville Road from 19 to 494 is under some type of construction. So be careful out there. They're grinding the road. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but there was some talk last night about it. So be careful in that area as well.
Be careful there. Probably mile marker 99 is what Margie was saying. The truck stop is 100. It was 99, 100 there where the bridge is. So thank you there.
Yeah, keeping us on our toes.
All right, let's see here. Accident also yesterday on 14th Street, 18th Avenue, as you get ready to go up toward the hospitals. And I would just say you're leaving McDonald's and you're going toward the hospitals right there at that big red light. Whoops, another fender bender there. Somebody got hurt in that one. They were taken to be checked out. Again, we don't think anything horrible, but always busy there. We'll be right back. We're going to get into some more things and plus talk about what happened on this day in history. It's all up and coming. Scotty Ray and Odie.
Don't miss it.
No, don't.
My mama said I need a truck because this lawnmower's the devil.
Buddy, we can do it!
Need a truck?
We can do it!
Need a van?
We can do it!
Need an SUV?
Buddy, we can do it!
Need some luxury? We've got you there too.
We can do it!
At Interstate Auto, we can do it.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift, or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again. Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs. Well, as always, we talk about new ways to make more money for you and your family and have a better life.
Yeah. And right here, Budweiser's going to need some help. And, how do you do that? You just don't go throw up 10 and hope that it sits up there. And you've got to know what you're doing when you're building a home or building a shop or building a business. And you can go to MCC and their constructions trade at the old Walmart on Highway 19. And they'll tell you how to build out of wood, metal. You can do plumbing. You can do electrical. You can do concrete. Anything is done right here through MCC in Meridian.
Yeah, if you're not real educated on that, and it takes talent, and they will train you, and you can make a great. There's always going to be a job offered in construction. You know that as well as I do.
Yeah, and it's a different job every day. You're not sitting same spot, same place, doing the same thing. You're doing something completely different, and every couple of months you can sit back and look at what your work's done and then go start back over something fresh. And that training can come right here locally at home.
Do it there. Give them a call out at MCC today, and they'll tell you more about this than you and I can tell them. 484-8863. Visit them online. MCC. It's where it all starts there. Again, 7:30 this morning as we start a new day.
This hour is just...
It's going by quickly, isn't it? Hey, I had somebody send me a picture. They were hard at work yesterday from downtown Meridian. And, their work is a little bit different as they were out painting. As we look at it, I ain't much good at this heights thing. Thought we'd throw that in there for good measure. So it could have been worse. It could have been the 3-foot building.
Do you want to be on our high-angle rope rescue team?
Absolutely not. Do y'all have that?
We do.
Ooh.
Because if somebody's 200 feet up on a tower and something happens, we got to go get them.
I was with the Meridian Fire Department one day, and I don't know if they still got that same truck. They were telling me they had one at one time. We went to like 150, 160, 150 feet in the air at one point.
I think right now the highest one they've got is engine 4. It's a stick. It's 104 feet.
104. They used to have one that was taller, but
you want to ride it?
No, I ain't going on it either.
I might be able to make a phone call.
I don't even want to walk by it, Odie. As y'all know, I've got a fear of heights, and I can just look at something and I lose my balance. I cannot walk a straight line. Let's go back to 1910 as we begin our history walk today. You'll know this guy.
Man.
You've heard about Huck Finn and a lot of other folks. Anybody remember?
Mark Twain.
Yes, sirree. He was quite the writer, Samuel Clemens. And, of course, Mark Twain has something to do with the river, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was big with the Mississippi River, and he had some good books out there.
As bad as we hate to break the news to you, 1918, it didn't work out for him today. But the actual person that you've always heard of your life, the Red Baron, was actually shot down today.
When you talk about Red Baron, do you know what Red Baron pops in my mind?
Pizza? What?
Snoopy.
You're right. Yeah, he would get that little...
Snoopy rode the top of his doghouse, and he shot down everything there was, him in Woodstock.
Oh, that's right. Anybody remember this guy? He's done a lot for the Christian faith.
Yes.
Dr. James Dobson was born on this day back in 1936.
Wow.
Big radio program that they also do. Now, there's one thing. There's people that are good at what they do, and then there's folks who become legends. It was this day that a guy named Hank Williams walked in to Castle Studios in Nashville, and he recorded "Move It On Over."
Man, Hank. You can't beat a good Hank.
No, you can't. It's that lonesome sound. Boy, died at 29, one of the best there ever was. One of Meridian's best was born today.
Yes.
Anybody remember this guy?
Made a name for himself for sure.
Ride 'em, cowboy. Don't let them slow you down. Remember that well, Ken playing that.
I tell you, Meridian's got something in their water for all these musicians that we've got. We're blessed to have them.
We do. And they're everywhere. Support our local musicians. They become national stars. Speaking of that, it won't be long till somebody named Holly goes back on television. Miss Holly Brand, let's support her.
What y'all doing Monday night? Be in front of a TV.
We wish her luck. It's coming. Anybody remember the name Tony Danza?
Oh, yeah. He was big for a while.
Now, I remember, I didn't watch the second one. I saw it on, but I didn't watch Who's the Boss all that much. But I did watch Taxi a lot more. It was kind of funny there.
Yeah, it was. Danny DeVito and Taxi.
Danny DeVito was just hilarious.
Yes.
But Tony Danza, born in 1951 on this date.
I didn't know he was that old.
I was trying to think. I don't guess he's ever really been in an actual movie. Everything has just been TV shows, hasn't it?
Nothing comes to memory.
Yeah. I'm just thinking out loud. You remember Good Luck Charm?
Man.
Elvis.
He had it going.
Number 1 on the radio charts today back in 1958.
Ooh, Good Luck Charm.
I like that. Good song by Elvis there. Now, you can't help but every time that this TV show comes, or movie, let me rephrase that, you got to watch it. You can't stop it.
No, you can't.
But a girl by the name of Andy McDowell was born today. You go, who is she? Do y'all remember the news reporter from...
Oh, everybody knows her. She's hot.
She was.
Yeah, everybody knew who she was.
She seems to have lost her bottle of Clairol. She can't locate it. She's gray-headed now.
Yeah,
you can tell it's the same person. I looked at her yesterday. I thought, well, yeah, I see it now.
But just dye the hair.
Some folks, gray looks better than a color.
Well, true.
I'm telling you.
I've been meaning to maybe put some of that just for me.
I have no comments about you. I just want to go ahead and tell you that right out. None whatsoever. I'm going to leave that to your wife there. 1973, maybe you were sitting on the back of a bus and you looked out the window and what do you see? What is that, 100 yellow ribbons?
Wow.
Tied around the old oak tree?
Tie the yellow ribbon round the old oak tree.
Tony Orlando and Dawn. I don't know which one of them gals was Dawn, but I guess they had to fight over that all the time.
I never know.
1982. This was just such a sad day. And it would become even more popular after they canceled the show. Johnny Fever hardly ever played any song that was on the charts at the time, but WKRP ended tonight. This was it back in 82.
Wonder if it was the turkey drop that did them in.
It could have been Les Nessman.
But he told me they wouldn't fly.
His mama ran everything in that radio station.
It was
Mama Carlson. And you did grow up with these folks, and it was funny. Lonnie Anderson at her best, and Herb the salesman, and all of them. 1986, this song hit home with so many people because, well, it was. On the other hand, as we go back, Randy Travis had a major number 1 out of this song.
Wow. You know, he
became Song of the Year.
He went way up to the top and then
to the bottom, naked.
Dive, yes.
Then a stroke in his recovery now. He's been saved, and we wish Randy the best there.
Yes, we did. Well, we have our just awesome team that's out there working with us behind the scenes.
Right.
Miss Dot, Tony Danza, Hollywood Nights, Going Ape was a movie he was in. And now I remember Angels in the Outfield. I've seen that.
That was a good little show.
Yes. And Don Juan.
Didn't see that one.
So I didn't see that one either. But
the Angels in the Outfield was that's a thumbs up movie.
Yeah, him and
I have no clue, but I remember watching it.
Yeah, you know who was in there. He played in him and boy, it's a Friday. Danny Glover.
Danny Glover. Okay.
Danny Glover was in Angels in the Outfield.
I've forgotten that.
Yeah.
1986. This would be the highest ratings this guy ever got. It was a big deal. They did tease it just right. If you find a safe and you say we're going to open it live on television to see what's in it, well, I'm going to watch too.
Yeah.
It was 1986 that Geraldo Rivero would open Al Capone's safe to find, I think it was a single piece of paper in there. It was nothing to it.
It was empty. Yeah.
Isn't that just?
And everybody did watch it.
Yeah, it was big.
You know, and then he got hit by a chair not long after that, wasn't it?
Yeah. John Denver would have his first brush with what was going to become his fate. Back in 1989 on this date, John would have a failure and crash a plane. He lived through this to tell it. Wow. It would happen again roughly 10 years later, and it wouldn't work out as well for him. There's a lot of folks that love and want to fly their own plane. Sometimes it's best to, well, leave it to the professionals that do it every day.
If I could afford an airplane, I can afford a pilot.
Yep. Tom, where are you?
Oof, yeah.
Tom's good at that. 1979, who was on the cover of the TV Guide? It was none other than Walter Cronkite.
And people believed what was being said because what was being said was the news.
Yeah.
Who was to blame, who was in the spotlight, who did what, and it didn't care what your political status was. They didn't sway from what was actually taking place.
That's right.
And it was him and Tom Brokaw that really
told the truth,
told what was going on.
How did he sign off each broadcast? And that's the way it was.
And that's the way it was.
I like me some Walter Cronkite.
Yep.
Those days are gone with the news
60
media.
minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've got some friends that takes 90 minutes to watch that hour show. But
let's go back to 1984. What was the number one song? It was huge. It was Tractor playing chicken with tractors.
Yeah.
Footloose was the number one album in America. Anybody remember that? Cut Loose.
You know, it was a good movie.
What was that song? I Need a Hero. Wasn't that on there too?
I Need a Hero.
Yeah, that was there.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Oh, 1993. It premiered tonight. One of my all-time heroes.
Yep.
He just really was good.
He'll
Walker.
whoop your butt.
He would. He could just look at you and whoop you.
Yeah. Stand right beside you, and next thing you know, you got a foot right across the
That's right. Why do you
jaw.
think Kim, what's his name, he never invaded the United States? Because he thinks Chuck's over here.
Yeah, there's enough.
He's scared.
Yeah. Chuck walked right through all them bullets.
We had someone pass away on this date back in 2016. He was known for the color what?
Purple.
Prince passed away today, and it would be an overdose is what we would find out on that. Wow.
And you know, he had some, he was a true artist.
Yeah.
He wrote some great songs.
So let's stop the presses. So what is Odie's favorite song of Prince? Kiss?
That was good. Purple Rain.
No, I didn't care for that
Purple
one.
Rain a little bit.
I was thinking it was going to be one or two things. Little Red Corvette, or maybe possibly When Doves Fly is what I pictured. Odie riding down the road singing.
Yeah. Now, When Doves Fly was a good song.
Do you ride down the road with your windows blaring with the radio on, windows down, listening to it?
Not anymore. I did a long time ago.
Okay, I'm just checking here. And I can't for the life of me remember any other ones. That Little Red Corvette. Party Like It's 1999.
Yeah.
How could we have forgotten that?
The Millennial Bug.
That was the song played the most that night in 1999. I remember it well.
I've been trying to get me some soap.
Soap?
For a while, and Megan.
Like, have you tried Old Spice soap? What's the problem?
Well, this is Megan. She's a firefighter and EMT with Metro with Bailey Fire Department, and she makes soap.
Oh, she makes like Granny does out back.
Yes, and it's that great soap that's good for you that doesn't have all these chemicals. And
you bought
she'll
some soap?
forget and I'll forget, and then she'll forget and then I'll forget. And we've been trying to catch back up, and she sent me a text. I got your soap. Thank you, Megan. You smell that?
Making sure everything's
I got
okay.
Ray Guard on. I don't know if it helps.
Scotty Ray and Odie. Folks, if your yard is needing grass and you need it quick, talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding. They offer residential and commercial. The great thing about this, it doesn't wash, the water treads, and it holds the soil in place. It's the easiest way to grow grass. That's hydro seeding. You'll get a great looking lawn without all the dry spots. How many times have you put out seed and it gets washed away, blown away, or even the birds eat it? Talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding, 601-728-1954.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Marine Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As Supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment, to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
You know, one thing we talk about is getting your car fixed. Chet, our friend Chet, color matching. Say you're involved in a wreck and part of your car is hit and you don't have to repaint the whole thing. You want to make sure that it looks right. And color matching is what they do out there. This is an example of how they do that.
Yeah, because you don't want to have to pay for your entire vehicle to be painted.
Yeah.
So it'll match. And Chet is awesome at doing that, making sure that your colors are going to be flawlessly when it's sitting there side by side. You won't know anything happened to your vehicle when he gets through with it.
That's right. As the paint booth is there, see them. They'll do classics. They'll do any type of wreck, any incident there, all right there in Center Hill Community in the Curve. You can't miss it. It's a blue sign that says Chet. Walk up. They'll fix you up there and give you a free estimate. It won't cost you anything. You can call out there, 737-2961. A handshake, it's all the way it's done there. It's Chet's Paint and Body. Visit with him
Been here
today.
his whole life.
Yeah.
And done this over half his life.
That's true. I forgot about all that.
So this is something that he's done forever. Started out as a hobby, and he was so good that it's turned into a business.
Let's see here. They've made an arrest down in Quitman. I'm telling you what, the high sheriff keeps busy down there, Todd Kemp and the gang.
Yeah.
They've made an arrest as we go to Clark County Hot Topics to get the rest of this. It was a Sunday morning shooting that occurred on North Archusa and Willis Street. And they've charged a couple people with doing that. You can't be doing that in Quitman. You do go to jail there.
Yeah, they're going to stay on top of it. Oof.
Now, we've got more as we start looking around the state of Mississippi. You know this welfare scandal? Y'all remember all this?
Yeah.
We got somebody else that's been arrested.
Is that
indicted? I wouldn't.
Or?
Yeah, the wrestler. He's been indicted. Let me back that up. It's indicted is the word. So we're looking for this, saying that he may have possibly misappropriated funds. We'll see how it comes out in court. Again, you're innocent until proven guilty, and there's a lot of accusations with this case. There's a lot of smoke. There's a lot more names involved with this of people saying something else needs to go higher.
Well, we need to find out what's going on. We need to find out who did what and what was done with this money. When you have a lot of money that's going to help our real low income poverty people, unfortunate, and people take advantage of that money.
Yeah, that's
there's
like
no soft spot for you now.
That's like when the offering plate passes you and you reach in and don't put anything in, you take something out. It's kind of the
same
you
thing.
Don't do it.
That's right. You do not do that. And I'm not going to say his name, but when you don't need the money and you really care about your state, you would have done an advertisement for free to help out people if you really cared about the state that you live in.
We'll see if it ever reaches Phil Bryant. There's a lot of fingers going, this is further up the ladder. We don't know that. He may be 100% innocent, but we do know that people are saying...
But it needs to be looked into.
Yes, sirree. We'll see what becomes of that. We got somebody in Byram, which is on the outskirts of Jackson. This is just bad. You hate to even read the headline on this, but charged with murder after allegedly starting a fire.
Woo.
A group of people. Yeah, it is, as we look at that. Oh, and if you were listening yesterday when we made the weed and wine thing in Meridian, they do actually have an event coming up on the Gulf Coast called Gulf Coast Cannabis Festival this weekend.
That may be a puff, pass.
Puff the magic dragon. Live by the Gulf Coast.
I bet Doritos is going to open up a...
That's real popular with that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Boy, so if you're into that kind of thing, that's where you need to be this weekend.
And it's called Baked at Brunch.
Baked at Brunch. There you go.
So are you baked or are you going to bake something?
the things that goes on all this. A new transportation bill has been signed in the state of Mississippi, $2 billion. And what does that mean to us? Well, it looks like Neshoba County is going to get paved. Highway 19 there where that work is going, that money's going there. So we are going to see something from this on the local level. Good to know that.
It really will. And there's a lot of traffic that goes up and down 19.
Yes, it is. More coming up as we begin this Friday.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Spring is in the air at the Neshoba County Co-op, located at 338 West Main Street, downtown Philadelphia. If you're looking for that perfect flower for your home or getting ready for a garden, whether it's butter beans, peas, or tomatoes, they've got it all there. The fishing calendar says it's great at the Neshoba County Co-op, whether you're bass fishing or if you're out for crappie. From new rod and reels to getting the exact lure, maybe that worm that you're hunting. Grab a pole and go fishing today. And let's not forget about turkey season. And remember, all roads lead to the Neshoba County Co-op.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
What drives us may be different, but what we share is the pursuit. Whether taking on the job site or your own backyard, let the pursuit of the perfect cut begin. Steel's zero-turn mowers are here. Real Steel. Find yours.
Whoops.
Whoop. Here we are.
Let's talk about housing. That'd be our friend Amanda's, what you'll find there as you head out to Snowden and Company. Let me show you some pictures. You've seen some of these before, but boy, there's so many to visit and look at as you go online and take a look at what they have to offer you there from Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, all of these beautiful places. SnowdenRealEstate.com is a place you go to see everything there. Every listing, if you're looking for just land, yeah, they got that. You can build your own home. 453-3937. Let them take the worry and the pain out of looking for a home. They've got it. Snowden and Company. A lot of folks help them out there. They've got some new folks they've just hired, whether it's West Lauderdale or if you want to move to the Clarkdale district, Northeast. They have all of these here, all the way over toward Flowood and those areas there. See Amanda, you'll see a lot of signs like this across town. Again, give her a call, 453-3937, and they'll do the rest for you and make this painless.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, let's just hypothetically, can we use that word?
All right, we can do that.
That's a big word on Friday, but hypothetically, let's just say that Odie sold me some product that might be used at that cannabis festival that they're going to have there. And I feel that you shorted me, Odie. Now, it's against the law to do that, but it really made me mad, so I'm going to go ahead and call the police. Yeah, that happened yesterday. I ain't going to lie.
You done robbed me of my dope. I'm going to call somebody.
Oh, yes, MPD did get that phone call yesterday. Here's your sign. Or should I say, here's your cuffs.
Yeah.
You can't make this up.
You just learned a lesson is what you did.
I had a... I just really, I don't know how to get past that one. But people do that.
911, what's your emergency? Yeah, somebody done stole my dope. Well, we'll send an officer right over. And what's your address?
We'd love for him to come visit with you.
Yes, we need to write this down and make a report.
Yeah, here's your sign. We just thought you might want to know that. They are still looking for the person down in Biloxi that, shot the police officer and others as we had that big event going on over the last weekend as we found out that an officer got hit in the arm The video was kind of graphic there to where he was hurt. He's going to be okay, but others were shot as well. They're still looking for the person that did that.
I hope they find them soon and get them off the street.
Yep. We do see that in Amory, Mississippi, a former school teacher getting ready to go to trial. Between the years of 06 and 16, while teaching at Amory High School, there were some kids that might have been some lines crossed. I'm trying to word things right.
You know, I just don't understand. How do you say this?
Yeah.
What is it about
sex crime
that turns you?
Yeah.
I just don't understand how there's an attraction.
Yeah, I don't either. It's sick is what it is.
It is.
And we hope that this also is dealt with the full extent of the law as well. Well, we've got, again, the 3-Foot Festival beginning tonight. Don't forget, should the weather interfere with that, they will move it to the Temple Theater.
That's correct.
The singing, I think, begins somewhere around 6:30, 7 o'clock. So we'll watch that carefully should the weather turn bad.
Tomorrow, we'll have a full day. It should be great. We've got a few things going on, but the weather should hold off and have a good downtown event for that.
Fishing rodeo, also Why Not Racing, and, of course, the 3-Foot Festival.
Man,
Odie?
we've got it. 71 hours away. We'll be back, and that's going to go by quick as this TV show. Thank y'all for joining us this morning. We love you. Have a great weekend.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.